Hi all. So a while ago on YouTube, I stumbled down a wormhole of small kitchen appliance reviews. As I was looking to buy an air fryer and perhaps maybe a pressure cooker, that's when I stumbled across one of the worst YouTube chefs of all time. His name is Jack Scalfani, as I like to call him, Jack Salmonella Scalfani. I watch video after video of him butcher, sometimes quite literally, recipes. Imagine driving slowly past a multi-car pileup on the interstate. That's my face as I watched him teach the internet how to make partially cooked meals of varying types and taking awful and unneeded shortcuts to recipes that are already quick to prepare. The absolute horror of Jack's lazy man chefing, air quote, techniques to my boyfriend Tom. And now, since we can't unsee it, we are opening your eyes to it as well. I'm Michelle, and I welcome you to join us for this horrific journey, better known as Pink Chicken and the Lazy Man.
Welcome back, folks.
It's Pink Chicken and the Lazy Man.
That's right, we are back, and here we are. This is Pink Chicken and the Lazy Man in a time of coronavirus.
Yeah, I believe this is episode number 12 for those of you keeping score at home, or maybe
The Dirty Dozen.
Maybe 13. What? Baker's Dozen, Dirty Dozen. Anyway, we're all quarantined. Well, kind of, sort of. We're not really sure because the governor keeps changing his regulations regarding what we're supposed to be doing. We were supposed to be locked down as a Thursday. Now we're kind of locked down as a Monday. So in that thought process, let's record some episodes. Let's have a little fun. Let's make fun of Jack and have fun with it. So we're back with another episode. We're completely healthy, so we're going to...
I have a slight fever and a dry cough for a few days, but I think that's okay. I'm kidding.
No.
That's okay.
We're going to infect you with Jack's terrible cooking.
His cooking is a plague upon the land.
So...
This is the cream cheese cracked chicken video. Everyone knows cracked chicken is basically buffalo chicken with some bacon and some ranch flavorings added to it. It's been a hit on the YouTubes. Everybody's been making it. Lots of the Instant Pot ladies and lots of the mommy bloggers make this recipe. Jack finds a way to put his own unique spin on it. And by spin, I mean horror. And by unique, I mean terrible.
So this came out a week ago. We are recording this episode Saturday the 21st, I believe. And I think, is it the 21st?
It is the 21st. March 21st, folks.
I mean, working from home, you completely lose track of what time and day it is.
And neither she nor I have worn a bra in the past week.
So, this was recorded a week ago. It's got about 9,100 views, give or take, by the time you watch it.
In case you're wondering what kind of cook Jack is and why people tune into his channel, this is one of his least successful videos, i.e. the food he makes doesn't look appetizing and probably doesn't taste appetizing. And it's got more videos than his, like, moderately successful dishes, the ones that's like, it's okay, he takes a bite, it's okay, he doesn't react negatively to it. And it's just, the boring videos. His boring videos get no hits. It's the train wrecks like this one that really pump up the view count.
Yeah, that's true. And he does have a full-on meltdown about halfway through, which we'll explain in detail here. And you can follow along with us. We'll post the link, as we always do, in our description of the podcast episode.
So you can suffer along with us. You can see the exact moments. You can hear the terror in our voices creep up just as certain moments in the video happen. If you set your VCR clocks... Wait, those aren't a thing. If you hit your YouTube play button now.
Oops, we forgot to mute it.
We forgot to mute it.
Anyway, so he's getting into it.
Here we are in the overexposed, badly white-balanced kitchen.
Once again, wearing the Cooking with Jack shirt, the Cooking with Jack hat. We're all decked out, and now we're going through the ingredient list, which appears to be 3 chicken breasts, but you don't really find this out until later. 2 sticks of cream cheese, King's Hawaiian rolls, ranch dressing, a packet of sharp cheddar cheese, about, I guess that would be 2 pounds. Mm-hmm. Garlic salt, some kind of cheese that I can't really tell, and then bacon that he very much wants you to know came from...
Oh, that's sliced cheese.
Oh, okay. It came from Cracker Barrel. He did not make the bacon. So
apparently, Cracker Barrel, if you show up to Cracker Barrel and, like Charles Simpsons seminal character Oliver Twist hold out a bowl and say, "Please, sir, will you give me bacon? If you're corpulent enough and they feel bad enough for you, Cracker Barrel will give you an unlimited amount of bacon for you to take home."
So that's what he did. And I pulled up a recipe. We watched this a couple times just to see exactly what went wrong, because we care and we want, if you make this recipe at home, we want you to succeed, unlike Jack.
Please don't make this recipe at home. This recipe sucks.
Don't follow this recipe, but there's several others out on the internet for cracked chicken that look appetizing and come out decently with decent photos. But anyway, so the liquid he puts in, once again, is bone broth, but a recipe that I was following calls for water. And right here, we're going to pause it here for a second. At about 1:57 in, there's a big editing error in this video where he tells you he puts in a half cup of chicken broth, or bone broth, sorry. He's on the bone broth kick. And then you feel like you've just had a stroke or a loss of memory of some sort, and then you see the same clip of him putting in the same amount of bone broth. He only adds it once, but for whatever reason, he has it edited in here twice, so it looks like he actually put like a full cup of chicken broth in.
Well, the reason he does it is the recipe included in the description of the video does not have the bone broth added to it. For some reason, he feels he has to add it because he doesn't feel there's going to be enough moisture in it, and he's always setting off the burn alarm of his ninja foodie.
Oh, well, in that case, if that's truly what it is, that's wrong. It really only takes a half a cup, but you have to watch the order of which you add stuff to the Instant Pot.
Well,
if you had too much,
of the technique here.
Yeah, if you had too much stuff in there, obviously it's going to give you the burn notice or whatever. I don't know what the Ninja Foodie does, but I'm sure it does something like the Instant Pot where it gives you a burn notice.
Well, you and I have noticed in his previous videos, and I don't think it's about this recipe, I think it's about his previous recipe videos where he's using a Ninja Foodie or an Instant Pot. I forget which one he always uses. Does he use the Instant Pot or does he just use the Ninja Foodie?
I think at one point he had an Instant Pot. I don't know what happened to it, but he's on this instant
Ninja Foodie.
Thank you. Ninja Foodie kick.
Well, so when he's been using the Ninja Foodie before, when he's been pressure cooking, he's always been adding too little liquid because we've noticed that. The one recipe he did, he had to double it. He doubled all the other ingredients. He made a double batch of something. But he only put 1 cup of broth in. Oh,
you mean the taco soup? Well, I don't want to be a spoiler alert, but when we get to the end of this video, I'm going to bring up the taco soup recipe again because you will see exactly what we're talking about here. I don't want to give anything away about how this recipe turns out, but it's wrong. That's the bottom line, is it's wrong. But we're gonna move forward here after the glaring editing issue, or maybe not. We're not really sure if it was intentional or not.
Oh no, it totally was, because he says, "Wait, hold up," and then he just does a quick dissolve with his hand, but you see the liquid disappear under it. So he pours the liquid in, then he says, "Wait, hold up," and then there's the audio. He's edited the audio, but he didn't edit the video. He just used the same video.
Oh.
He didn't dump it out and fix it. He just used the same.
So at the bare minimum, this recipe is impossible to follow based on his cooking techniques,
right,
which will screw up people watching the videos' cooking techniques in turn, because we're supposed to be looking to him for instructional recipes here, and I'm confused.
He doesn't name this one as his lazy man. He doesn't name this as one of his lazy man video series, but he doesn't cut up his chicken. He just throws the whole chicken breast in.
And that's okay. You're supposed to do that. However, I don't know that he's measured it to the degree of some of these other recipes, because it says 2 pounds. He throws in 3, I think maybe 4 chicken breasts. That could be more. That could be less. I don't really know.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, nobody knows. I don't think...
Because he didn't have to take this out of a prepackaged tray of chicken. He took it out of a random bag that he got.
Yeah, so I don't know if he just had a thing of chicken that he broke apart. But, he doesn't say that he's measured it on a scale either. But most of the recipes I found that are using a half a cup of chicken broth and 2 pounds, a half a cup of chicken broth to 2 pounds of chicken. Now, here's where he screws up. He puts the shredded cheese in here. You're not supposed to do that at this point. That comes after you release the pressure. And also, he's putting 2 blocks of cream cheese in here. You're really only supposed to use 1 at this point. So that could trigger the burn notice. All the salt and peppers and seasonings that's okay to add now. That doesn't matter. You would want to add it now because you're going to infuse the flavor. So he's putting the lid on, and we're all good and dandy. We take about, 20 seconds here to figure out how to put the lid on.
If you're paying attention to the video production style, you can see the reflection of 2 lights. Those are 2 LED instruments on tripods in his shot. They're in bluish. I finally figured out why his white balance is off so much. Obviously, he doesn't white balance right before he starts rolling for production. And he probably has a huge window frame left. Big kitchen window that's probably throwing a lot of natural light in there. So, depending upon if it's cloudy out or sunny out, depending on what's coming through that window, sunlight usually reads blue on camera sensors. So his little LED lights, which look like 500 watt elements each, maybe they're K, it's just not enough to overpower the sunlight pouring through the window, and he's not white balanced for the sunlight. Sunlight reads blue at a different color temperature than the lights do.
Okay, so now we're talking about some $7 device or something like that he bought off of Amazon, which I've seen Pressure Luck, who exclusively makes Instant Pot. I don't think he has a Ninja Foodie, but he may have tried one, whatever. But he exclusively uses Instant Pots to cook with. Now this device is supposed to disperse the air being released from the Instant Pot so it doesn't blow up in your face or on your cabinets or whatever.
Well, it's supposed to deflect the steam coming out of the Instant Pot. Everybody who's a pressure cooker knows, especially an Instant Pot or a Ninja Foodie, when you turn that steam to release the steam, a geyser of hot steam comes pouring out the top of the thing and shoots right up in a straight line right for your ceiling.
Right, so this is supposed to disperse the steam a little bit. And I don't know if this is made for the Ninja Foodie. It may be generic, where you could use it for both.
But it doesn't deflect, though. It doesn't disperse. It deflects, which means it's going to throw that hot jet of steam at a 90-degree angle, which is where the humans are. That steam pressure, the pressure release valve on a pressure
you're
cooker
right. It is shaped like that.
It's meant to aim for the ceiling because you're not supposed to hold your head over it. And you're not going to be standing 8 feet away and still get steam burns. By putting the stupid little $7 silicone deflector he has on it, he is now aiming it at the humans. Yeah, well,
he makes the point of telling you not to do that. However, so it doesn't work, and he apparently gets the burn notice because all of the liquid ends up evaporating and it doesn't come to pressure. So he has to go back in and re-add liquid. Now, we don't know. I mean, this is Jack telling us that there's not enough liquid in it. What Jack's interpretation of the recipe is, based on what actually is in the pot, are 2 different things probably. So he ends up putting another half a cup of broth in. So I don't know at this point if we have 1.5 cups of broth, a half cup of broth, 1 cup of broth, no broth.
Disgusting part of the
I don't really know. But he gets on camera and he is so mad about it. So we cut to it's done finally. It goes off. So he's plating it up. He's got these King's Hawaiian rolls that he wants to put them on, which are usually good for this type of thing.
And apparently he's toasted them.
Yeah, he's toasted the King's Hawaiian rolls. He puts a slice of cheese, whatever that cheese was, maybe cheddar, I can't really tell.
It's cheddar, he mentioned it was cheddar.
Which is twice the size of the bun. So, I mean, if I was going to do this, I would cut them into fourths to match the size of the bun so there's not the overlap. But that's just me because I have OCD or whatever. But even if you use 2 4th slices of 1 slice of cheese, it would have looked presentation-wise a little bit better than what this is. And then he takes a spoonful, I should say, of the cracked chicken and dumps it over the top of the cheese. I'm guessing to hope it'll melt the cheese onto the bun. But the cheese kind of just sags down and you can see that the cracked chicken, which is supposed to be thick and rich and hearty, is like soup. It actually is more liquid than the taco soup that he made a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the taco soup was rather dry in the cracked chicken, which is supposed to be the consistency of what I've come to know as chicken or turkey barbecue, where they just basically take chicken or turkey, whatever you choose, and they shred it. And then they just add a jar or 2 of gravy to it. And that you put on sandwich buns. And that's like a church picnic kind of a thing, or somebody's having a get-together, a shower or something. And people usually do that. Bring a bag of rolls, you bring a crock pot full of turkey barbecue, everybody's, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
But it usually has kind of a thicker tendency to it. You just want enough gravy to coat the meat. You don't want it running. This thing is running like soup off the bun.
Yeah, and so I don't know if he understands that it's too soupy to eat or pick up and eat. But at this point, he's like, oh, I'm not going to eat it with the bun. I'm just going to eat it off the bun. I'm going to eat around the bun, whatever.
He realized the disaster show he had was trying to pick it up.
So then because of course you spent all this time making this recipe, you're proud of it, you're not proud of it, whatever. In comes the huge Horkin Convoy of Hope, lower third, should be at most 2 lines, is like an entire paragraph with grammatical errors of all kinds. And so you can't really see the end product other than the 2-second zoom in that he gives you right after it's done, which looks like a disaster.
We figured out why that is. And it's like an old censored graphic. Whenever they would try to hide a crime victim's eyes or a naughty naked body part on the news, they used to put a black bar over stuff. He's using the Convoy of Hope as basically a censor bar to hide the horror show that is his cooked food.
So now we're at the end of the video, folks, and we have the call to action, the 3 things that you can do now, the title card. What my suggestion was, hey, take that Convoy of Hope graphic and make it into an end title card, and then flip between that and the 3 things you can do now. Or make it 4 things you can do now, and then list also the Convoy of Hope on here. But he pads this title card out. In this instance, I think we counted 2 minutes and 10 seconds, or maybe it's
almost a full 2 minutes, like 1 minute and 47 seconds or something.
So, and that's like what we figured out, like 12 to 15% of the video. Math is
more than 10% of the video in one static graphic.
Math is hard. Yeah. So, and I figured out the reason why this is. And I just researched this because I wanted to know why.
She has notes written down.
I have notes. So he is a YouTube partner, which he admits in other videos. And YouTube partners have the monetization package where they can do video advertising.
YouTube sends you checks.
Yes.
Based off the advertising they have on your video.
Yes.
But there are certain guidelines for that.
So he signed up for something called YouTube in-slate video ads. And they appear before a YouTube partner video. He's a partner. But it's for videos that are 10 minutes or longer. If the video is shorter than 10 minutes, it is not going to get an in-slate video ad. And an in-slate video ad is where you make your money. But you only make your money if the person watching the video watches the full advertisement, whatever it may be, the full 30 seconds, the full minute, whatever. They don't get any money other than that. So that's how that's why he's padding it like this. And I feel like that's a cheating way of doing it. Like, I could understand maybe 30 seconds at the end of your video, 15, enough to read whatever text you have on there. 2 minutes or almost 2 minutes is way too long. That's way too long of a time. And he doesn't have that many words on here to read.
And he's been doing it consistently. Or look, if you want to hawk 3 things at the end of your product that you're already trying to get YouTube advertising dollars for, make 3 title cards. Make 3 outro cards. Dissolve into one another. Do whatever you have to for a transition. At least make it visually interesting. I can't imagine people are watching this video all the way to the end. But I think there's something with that as well. I think it doesn't matter how many minutes you want. Like the video that he's doing, it has to be 10 minutes long so he gets the ads to monetize the video, but he's really, since he's already got so many hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and he's already made it to a certain level of YouTube subscription level, that he's a YouTube partner, but the thing is, he's stagnated, he's not getting bigger, and there's a huge jump in YouTube subscriber level between the 100,000 subscriber silver level and the gold level is 1 million, and he's stuck at 400. He's stuck at 400
like
some
450, yeah, 450-ish.
So he's not getting to the million, which has more monetization possibilities for you.
Yeah, and probably more perks, like you get more features turned on, from what I understand. But it seems like he has a lot of them already. However, I feel this is a way of cheating the system. Like, okay, maybe every so many weeks you're tired, you don't want to put out a full 10-minute video, fine. But like, this is blatantly scamming the system. Like, I don't see any other way around it. Like, you can pad videos out different ways. Show you're chopping up bacon, even though you didn't make it, chop it up. Or, like, listen guys, here's why this failed. Or,
Yeah, he has errors in this video that would have benefited you just from a content perspective. It would have benefited you, the viewer, for him to fix the errors and maybe talk a little bit about the dangers of deflecting the steam or something. It's not that hard to come up with another hour. It's not that hard to come up with another minute and 13 seconds of content.
And not only that, but he used to, if you watch some of the older videos he has out there, he would interrupt his own video with his own commercial. Like, he would produce 30-second commercials, like saying, "Hey guys, I got the best sauce ever, blah, blah, blah."
I feel like YouTube frowned on that. I think that stopped when he became a partner. Because they're like, "Oh, we're doing Insulate ads now, buddy. You can't have your own Insulate ads. We don't get money off of that."
Well, maybe that
Unless
could...
you want to pay us, and then we'll pay you.
That could be a possibility, but I mean, still, even if you throw something quick at the end, like an outro, record an outro and make it different every week, and then be like, "Don't forget, here's the 3 things you can do right now, blah, blah, blah," and then put the title card up after that. It's just, this is the lazy man's version of making a lazy man's version. Like, we're into some kind of vortex now. It's like a black hole. It's all gonna fall in on each other. Like, it's not good.
Now, you ask us, why do we know so much about YouTube? Because we don't have a YouTube channel. Why do we know so much about YouTube partner channels? Jack has started another video series, which Shell will tell you about.
Yeah, it's called How to Make Money on YouTube, but really what it should be is How to Be a Lazy Man on YouTube. Because, I mean, he takes literally every shortcut you could imagine to promote not only his channel, his sauce, his brand, everything, and to scrape other people's viewers, and it's absurd. I ran a social media conference. We had Google there to speak. We had Google there as a person to speak at the conference, and like it makes me so angry as it just makes me angry as somebody who knows the right way of doing things and the lazy, stupid way of doing things, and he's doing the lazy, stupid thing, and he's finding luck every so often. Like, he'll find something, and he'll hinge on the something. And right now, it seems like the YouTube picker, and I don't know if there's a more appropriate name for it, but like when you get to the end of a video and YouTube selects the next video you're gonna watch, he somehow has hinged his star onto Babish. And now he's picking, like, he releases stuff on the same day and time as Babish, and it's really creepy.
Well, I bet you every tag that Babish has on his videos, he has the same tags. Mm-hmm. So, he does have 433,000, Jack has 433,000 subscribers. So, I think Jack has angled his system, and he releases the video. This is what we couldn't figure out. He releases the video like 30 seconds after Babish because YouTube wants to show you relevant content. And if everything's equal, kind of the same length of video, kind of the same popularity, all of the same tags, in the same category, if everybody's doing that, the only way you can trick the system into making you another recommended video for Google to pick, for YouTube to pick your video for the next picker after a Babish video, all it has to go on is date uploaded. Mm. So if your date uploaded is 5 seconds off of the other guy's video, it's going to be like, well, yeah, this is absolutely relevant content because it's chronologically relevant. So that's why he's hitched his wagon to Babish videos and to other people's more famous YouTube cooking channel videos, because he's trying to play that YouTube algorithm that says all things being equal, same tag, same channel, same category, same number of subscribers, all things being equal, quote unquote, what would be the thing that would make me pick your video, what would make YouTube pick your video, not his video and not your video? It's the time uploaded. Because you notice Google in YouTube, you could sort your results by date uploaded.
You know what I would really like to know? I mean, we have like 2 listeners or whatever. If by some chance Babish himself came across this podcast, I would challenge him to stop his whatever. I don't want to hurt his monetization, but just to throw off Jack, instead of a Tuesday video, release it Monday, release it Thursday, release it on an odd day, and just see what happens for that 1 week, how it affects Jack's viewership. Because I wonder if a lot of these videos, like we said, 9,100 right now, as of a week ago, this video.
He gets them off the YouTube picker.
If he gets them off the YouTube picker, or if they're his fans, like his real people that are subscribed to his channel, if they're organic, where they're coming from. That's what I want to know, because I can't see anyone like sitting through this and being like, this is okay. I mean, other than us, because we're nuts. But this is not okay. This is not what it's supposed to look like.
Well, we have a mission. Jack is our first target. We are going to start looking for the worst cooks on YouTube. We started with Jack. We have another YouTube chef in mind that just makes god-awful things for her oversized family.
Yes, definitely.
That's something to look forward to.
We're not going to release the name, but we lovingly nicknamed her Prepper Lady because she preps for the apocalypse of food. Both what she makes and how much she makes of it. But
she does it in kind of a big box store way. Most preppers, and I watch a lot of prepper videos, no comment. Most preppers are kind of DIY homesteader people. They're like, okay, I have my water tank, I can catch and harvest the rainwater, that will feed my bean sprout plant field in the back of my sunken greenhouse, and then I can my own stuff in a pepper pantry. Prepper Lady basically goes to Walmart and buys like 12 jars of grape jelly, makes sandwiches out of like 8 loaves of bread, and then freezes them. And that way when her several children, I think she has over 5 of them, there might be 8.
8, yeah.
There are 8 children. Then she's just like, every day she has to quote-unquote feed the homeschool troops, and she just reaches in that freezer and pulls out a frozen PB&J, probably tosses it in the microwave for 10 seconds, and bang, 8 times in a row.
The consistency issues I have. I mean, we're off the rails here, but I think stopping it at this point would be good because we're talking about preppers and... all
set. We're not a preview. This is a channel preview.
This is a channel preview, but it's.
We're not a YouTube channel. We're not a YouTube video. This is a podcast. People love hour-long podcasts.
Well, I mean, honestly, like this prepper videos right now are probably popular on YouTube because of everything that's going on and like the shortages of basic necessities.
Folks, let us know if you want to see us try to make our own hand sanitizer. We'll practice on the cat. Let us know. We'll turn this into a prepper channel lickety split for you.
No, we're not going to practice on the cat, but we eventually maybe want to expand this to,
if our listeners demand it,
maybe other podcasts, maybe a YouTube channel. Like maybe we take Jack's shit recipe and make something that actually makes sense, like say, okay, here's where he went wrong, let's try it out and here's how we improved upon it. I mean, I don't know. Well, give us your feedback, give us your ideas, tell us what you want to see or hear.
I like that.
Correcting with Jack.
Yeah.
Yes. So join us for the next episode. I'm not sure where we're gonna go from here. There's a couple new food crimes that he has out there, plus there's the whole YouTube making money series, which is just a gold mine of wrongness. So
but it's a different kind of wrong. Culinary wrong that you originally joined us for, all 2 of our listeners. Hi, Mom. All 2 of our listeners that are out there, you have joined us for his culinary exploits, and the next one is a doozy. Keto rice pudding.
You could only imagine how bad it is. Oh, it's bad. But we will end it here, and we will see you next time. Bye.